We brought you tips on surviving Christmas dinner with the family. Now here's some advice on surviving the morning after.
I was so hungover, it was like an insane, it was like being on another planet.
Anybody will tell you once the hangover sets in, it's very hard to get rid of.
It was pretty much alcohol poisoning. It wasn't just a hangover. I mean, I was sick beyond description.
Headaches and dizziness and nausea and not a good time, a lot of sleeping.
My cure is to moan and complain and then complain a little bit more.
Pretty much affects all brain function. It's a very blunt instrument when it comes to the brain and doesn't sort of just affect one part, it'll affect the whole brain. So cognition, judgment, motor skills, all of that slows down. There does seem to be a gap between when someone's had too much to drink and when they realize, because there is a little time lag when absorption happens.
Yeah, there is a point when you know you're going to get hungover, but I really don't. At that point, I think you're finished. You've already blown it.
It's not like when someone's smoking something, they get the effect immediately and can tell right away whether they've had too much or not.
It's very sudden. You know, you go from, oh, this is the best day ever, to please get me home.
I know if I get up and the room starts to spin, I know I've had enough.
You get a little unsteady, a little bit happier than usual.
I start to giggle at everything. Everything seems funny, even things that are really not funny.
I tend to get a bit vulgar sometimes.
My lips go numb. They go numb.
When my lips and tongue turn black, I'm drinking red wine, I just, for some reason, it has that effect on me. My tongue gets all stained, and my wife calls me grape mouth.
It takes a little while before it gets in there, and then the realization happens, uh-oh.
That is the problem with alcohol. And I find it with whiskey. If you're drinking whiskey, you're like, well, everything's fantastic. Things are really clear to me now. This is amazing. I feel, oh, and then you're done. You're finished. You're staggering and falling and kicking lampposts and going insane.
A hangover starts mainly because of dehydration. Along with that, at this point, the alcohol is working its way out of the system, but when it does get broken down by the liver, some of the byproducts are toxic, essentially, and they cause problems with the upset stomach and the headache and so forth.
We'll do the next one.
Okay, squeeze in. When I was in Big Sugar, we went to Newfoundland. Everywhere we went, people buying us drinks, and we went to some little Irish bar, and Guinness and whiskey and Guinness and whiskey and Guinness and whiskey from 2 in the afternoon till the end of the night, and then went to a house party and started drinking wine. It was pretty much alcohol poisoning. It wasn't just a hangover. I mean, I was sick beyond description.
One of the worst things that ever happened to me after a hangover is I got pregnant and had a child, and this is him. See, he was up last night really late. We were playing poker. He was drinking milk, basically, but still, somehow he always ends up with a hangover. I don't know what it is about me.
The key is you have to do it before. If you remember, when you go home and you have some bananas at home, you have a banana, a couple glasses of water, wake up in the morning, no hangover.
Is, you know, a little snort of whiskey to smarten you up in the morning. at least, you know, somehow it levels off the something. Some doctor can probably explain it better than I can.
While in fact that will initially make someone feel better, it is blocking some of the breakdown of the alcohol that's already there, but really it's just delaying the inevitable.
The inevitable? It postpones the inevitable. You're going to pay for your sins.
A couple of Tylenols for sure, and a lot of water.
Glass of orange juice, mandatory.
Usually I'll try and find some fast food because I find grease is a good solution.
Well, I hear that your blood transfusion is a good way of doing it. I've never personally done that. Being in an iron lung for a short period of time is also good.
Bananas, Gatorade, and a multivitamin.
I would say that the best remedy for a hangover, at least the one that has proved very faithful in my experience, is Gatorade mixed with Alka-Seltzer and Emergency, that vitamin supplement, with a nice triple Advil chaser.
I'd say a combination of coffee, Advil, and a bagel with a lot of butter works.
You know what? Everybody gets them and you end up doing it over and over again, so I don't know if we ever learn our lesson.
That's the thing with booze. You know, you go, oh, you know, I'm so hungover, I'm never going to drink again. 2 weeks later, you're totally, or 2 days later, the next day, you're totally drunk again. You know, it's the holidays. What can you do?
Yeah, when you have kids, you know, like when I could stay in bed till noon, take some 222s and a Cafe Corretto, those days are gone, my friend. Like now it's, you know, 7:15 in the morning. Papa, 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 wake up. You're getting up whether you want to or not.
I gotta say, the last time I was hungover was before I had kids, and a surefire cure for hangovers is have a set of twins, and you'll never be hungover again because you just can't afford to be.
I would rather be up and doing stuff with them and making a breakfast, and I hate to miss a day of that because I was drinking Lone Stars and tequila the night before.
Gordie's done that. You can either get a kid or, of course, get a Sunday morning show. So you
Yeah,
just
that's right.
you can't drink Saturday anymore. The other cure, of course, just drink moderately, or not at all if you don't want to enjoy the season. Please remember, though, do drink responsibly during the holidays. It is important.
Absolutely. Speaking of booze, the Champagne Symphony is waiting to perform on our Sunday Spotlight.
To perform responsibly.
Don't go away.